Alright, today I'm doing my very first movie review, a specific movie review. I've done some rankings, I've done a tier list, but I want to get into actually reviewing specific movies. Starting out 2024, I made a goal to watch more horror movies that come out, new horror movies that come out, and I'm trying to catch up with 2023 horror movies. I kind of told myself when I started back up on YouTube that I wasn't going to do specific movie reviews because I feel like I'm not very good about talking just about one thing for a runtime of a video, but I thought there's no better way of getting better at it than to just do it. And I love talking about movies, so I'd like to get better at it. So today we're going to review Night Swim. I just now got done watching it, and I thought it'd be good. It's the first horror movie we got of 2024, so might as well start with it. And then I eventually want to get into reviewing whole franchises. Obviously, I'm going to go back and review some of the older movies, what I'm really into. So I'm pretty excited to get into it. I'm going to try to do as much new releases as I possibly can this year. Maybe at the end of the year, I'll do best movies I've seen this year, worst movies I've seen this year. So should start off a pretty good trend. So obviously, I'm just another movie reviewer added onto YouTube. There's a lot out there, but I figure I like talking about movies too, so I'll go ahead and do it. At the end of the video, I'll announce my first franchise that I'm going to review. I'll review the entire franchise, and then I will rank the whole franchise from best to worst. So I think the way I'm going to do my movie reviews is I will just start off by giving a synopsis of the movie, my basic thoughts, some of my favorite scenes, stuff like that, just a basic review, whether I liked it, whether I didn't like it. Obviously, this is my opinion. And then later on in the review, I will go down a set of categories that I made up, and I'll just go down the list of those. So I think that's how I'll do every single review. Just basic synopsis, whether I liked it, whether I didn't like it, some of my favorite things, some of my least favorite things, and then my categories. And then I will end it off by doing a rating of the movie 1 through 5 stars. And yeah, I think it'll work out that way. So let's get into Night Swim. So Night Swim is the first horror movie we got here in 2024. It's directed by Bryce McGuire, I believe, starring Carrie Condon. I think that's how you say her name. And usually at the beginning of each year, we kind of get the dump off of horror movies that they've pretty much had the least expectations for. Usually we get some pretty trash horror movies at the beginning of the year. And as I won't say that Night Swim is trash, it's definitely not the best. I see what they were trying to do, but trying to run a full movie about a haunted pool, the full run of a movie runtime, I don't think it can be done very easily by anybody. Even though I can tell they definitely tried. Night Swim is pretty much Amityville horror, except instead of with a house, it's with the pool. I mean, pretty much by the end of the movie, it kind of just takes over that entire plot line. It's pretty basic on the scares, pretty basic story setup. There were some good scare setups, some good surprise factors, but overall it was a pretty basic paranormal movie that we've seen Blumhouse put out a million times. It looks like, I mean, James Wan produced it, so you can definitely tell it. James Wan is a great director. I'm not saying anything about that, but you can definitely tell that his touch was on here. With the scares and the monsters and stuff like that. It didn't exactly work for me. It's not my type of movie. I just think it was all around basic premise. It didn't really have anything new to offer anybody that's seen any paranormal movie that's came out since The Conjuring. It's just a very basic horror movie that we get every year in January, February. I did think Carrie Condon was the standout actor in this movie. I can tell that she did the best that she could do with her role, although the storyline just wasn't very good at all. I didn't find it very hard to get through the movie. There were some times where I was checking my phone, but overall, it was pretty basic. It doesn't really grab your attention that much, but it's not like a dread sitting through. It's just all around a pretty basic film. I first seen the trailer to this movie when I went to see Exorcist Believer quite a while ago. Can't remember exactly when that came out, around Halloween-ish, but I seen the trailer and I said that does not look very good. I don't think that's going to work at all. But I seen James Wan's name on it, so I thought maybe, obviously, I'll probably check it out, but I don't see the potential for it. And when I went into watching this one, I pretty much realized about 20 minutes in that it's exactly the movie that I thought I was going to see. Not saying that's good or bad, but I think to the basic movie goer, they'll probably get some enjoyment out of this. But if you watch movies all the time, this doesn't bring anything new to the table. You've seen these scares a million times. You've seen these monsters a million times. Although the makeup effects were okay, I thought the monsters were kind of goofy in my opinion. I do have a slight fear of deep water, so near the end when they were in deeper water, it had the illusion that the pool was way deeper than it was. But those monsters at the deep end of the pool, at first it was pretty chilling, but then it starts to show more of them. That it looks more fake, and it just brought me completely out of that almost as soon as I got into it. So this movie was very predictable for me. Before the third act started, really, I could have told you what is going to happen, and that's just not the type of story that I like, because I don't know, I don't want to know what's going to happen. Everything that I thought was going to happen almost exactly happened, as if it was a domino effect, and I didn't really, nothing really surprised me. Nothing came out of the ordinary and got me by surprise or anything like that. I pretty much played the entire movie in my head before I finished it. I thought that the movie had a weird lighting. There were parts that had really cool lighting, but there was at one point in the movie where it was a pool party. It was super bright, like it felt like summer. And then after something happens, which I won't spoil anything, something happens in the movie and then it cuts back and then it's like a blue tone. And I understand they were trying to light it fit the vibe or the mood of the scene, but I found it super distracting that it went from completely sunny to super dull, rainy, and blue. That transition was super weird to me. There was a lot of close-up shots in the movie. I was finding myself being distracted by it. Again, there was some really cool shots as well, but I don't know. It's something about, it was a lot of close shots, I felt like, more than usual, and it pulled me out of the movie. It was so much that it pulled me out of the movie. And I had to write it down because I was just noticing it so much that there were so many close shots. I don't know what the deal with that was, but it pulled me out of the movie a few times. So with those basic thoughts out of the way, I'm going to get to my categories. I'm going to give my best performance to Carrie Condon as the mom. Obviously, I talked about her earlier. I think she, out of all of the other actors in the movie, she definitely stands out. It's without a doubt that she's my favorite performance in the movie. I can tell, although it wasn't amazing, she definitely stood out compared to all the others, and I can tell she really gave all that she could for this script, with this very mediocre script. So I'm going to give best performance to her, no doubt. Not that the other actors were really bad, but they didn't really give an outstanding performance like she did, and I'm not saying like she gave a super outstanding performance, but you could just tell that she gave more than any other actor in the movie. So best performance is going to go to her. And leading off of that, my favorite scene in the movie is actually near the beginning. It's going to be when Carrie is swimming in the pool. It's showing the camera angle from when she's going like this swimming. The camera's going like this, and it goes up like that, and she sees her husband standing there, and then goes back under, comes up, and super surprised to not see anybody there. I think that whole scene worked better than any other scare. I knew it was coming, but at the same time, it was executed really well, and I enjoy her as an actor, so I think she did better than all the other scares. Honestly, it was almost as if the same scares happened over and over again. She just did it better than everybody else. For my final category, I'll answer the question, does it belong on your shelf? As you guys may know, I'm a big physical media collector, so I thought that would be a good category for me in my movie reviews. And as of Night Swim, I don't think this one belongs on your shelf. Maybe catch it when it's streaming somewhere. I just don't think it lives up to a par to where I'd want to spend $25 on the Blu-ray to have it on my shelf. I honestly don't see myself rewatching this movie anywhere in the near future, so I'd say no, it does not belong on your shelf. And finally, I'll give a rating of the movie. I do 1 to 5 stars. I will give Night Swim a 3-star rating. that's just completely middle of the road. Nothing surprised me. It's just an average horror movie that we get every January, like I said. So I think 3 stars is fair. It might be even a little generous, but maybe catch it when it's streaming. Tell me what you guys think. I think it's a 3-star movie in my opinion, and I'm pretty excited for the 2024 horror season. We got a lot of movies coming out, a lot of anticipation on the horror movies coming out. I can't wait to see Nosferatu at the end of the year, and I hope this was a decent movie review. I hopefully will get better at it as the year goes on. With that, I will announce that my first film series that I am going to be reviewing and complete is Alien, starting next Friday, I believe, and I will review the very first Alien from 1979, and then I will do all its sequels, and then I will rank the whole franchise, so I can't wait to do that. I will obviously be doing different reviews in between there. I want to catch up on 2024 movies, and I want to go back and watch a lot of the 2023 movies. I just recently watched Megan and saw X, so I want to give a review of those. I'm going to go back and watch more 2023 movies that I missed. So that is what is coming in the near future. Tuesday will be the next horror tier list, the sequels to the ones I did in my last video. So that will be what's coming next, and then the Friday after that will be Alien movie review. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.